here, and welcome to my kitchen. Well, today we're going to make some New Orleans style shrimp etouffee. And I don't know if you've ever had this, but it's really a delicious dish. So let me turn you down here and we're going to get started. So I wanted to start by showing you what all we would need. Now we're going to need, because there's a lot of ingredients in this, so we're going to need 1/2 stick of butter. We're going to need 2 tablespoons of bacon grease that I have in my little bacon grease container. We're going to need 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. We need 1/2 of a red bell pepper, a green bell pepper, and a yellow bell pepper, all seeded and chopped. We need we need 2 sweet onions chopped. And we need 4 slices of bacon that have been cooked and crumbled crisp. We need 1 10-ounce can of diced green chilies and tomatoes. And we need 1 pound of andouille sausage chopped. Now I use smoked sausage because we don't like it quite as spicy as the recipe originally called for, but if you want it spicier you can definitely use the andouille sausage and it will be spicier for you. Okay, and we need 1 cup of white wine. We need 1 cup of heavy cream. I have that right there. We need 4 cups of chicken stock, and we also, in this plate, we need 1/2 tablespoon of white pepper, 1/2 tablespoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1 tablespoon of creole seasoning, and 2 bay leaves. Now again, you can increase that red pepper if you want to make this spicier. In fact, you can increase any of these spices that you like. If you like it spicier than we do, we're not real big on having a lot of spice. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move you over to the stove and we'll get started. Okay, I'm back. I have you moved to my stove and we're going to go ahead and get this started. Now I wanted to show you that you need a deep-sided skillet. This is the Copper Chef one that's got the deep sides. You could also use a Dutch oven, whatever you have, just as long as the sides are good and deep. Okay, so let me turn you down here so you can see what we're doing. Bring you a little bit closer. That should be about right. Okay, now I'm going to turn my heat on. Right now I've got it up on high, but when the butter starts to melt, I'm going to back that down to a medium high because I don't want that to get too hot, and I don't want to scorch my butter. Okay, and now to our stick of butter, we're going to add the 2 tablespoons of bacon grease. So let me get that. There's 1 and there's 2, just to give it a little flavor. Now something I read that was kind of interesting about the word etouffee, that it actually means smothered. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Okay, and as soon as this starts to melt, we are going to add in our flour. And we're going to brown it really good. We're going to make a nice roux so that all this can be thickened. Now our shrimp we're not going to add until the very, very last. And I hope you all are having a good day today. This is Sunday and we got back from church a little while ago. And I've been getting all this set up. So we haven't had our Sunday dinner yet. This is going to be our Sunday dinner. But if you like Cajun type cooking, you would probably really enjoy this recipe. And again, you can make this just as spicy as you like. My husband and I don't like a lot of spice, so this works out really well for us. Okay, my butter is almost melted. We're just going to let that start melting a little bit more. Okay, and I'm going to turn my heat down now. My heat's too high, so I want to cut that heat down to about a medium. Alright, and our butter is all melted, so now I'm going to add the flour. And this was 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour that we've added. And I'm just going to stir this into this butter. And we're going to let this start getting brown. We want to brown this to like a dark beige color. So it'll take a few minutes to do this. Okay, and so I will be back with you as soon as we get this to the right color. Okay, I am back with you, and you can see that our roux has turned that dark beige color that we were looking for. So at this point, we're going to add in our vegetables. I'm going to add, there's our onion, and there is our green and yellow and red peppers that we chopped. Put them in. And our can of tomatoes and green chilies. So we're going to go ahead and put this in. And we're going to cook this for just about 15 minutes until everything kind of cooks down and gets tender. And you can see how that's starting to look. I wish you could smell this. This just smells really, really good already. And I haven't even added the spices in here yet. Okay, so I'm going to continue cooking this and kind of stirring it because I don't want it to scorch. But I'm going to do this for about 15 minutes until those vegetables start to cook down and get soft. So I'll be back with you. Okay, our vegetables have cooked down quite a bit and they're starting to soften up. The onions are getting transparent. So at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to add our smoked sausage. And again, if you don't like it as spicy, you can use the smoked sausage like I'm doing. If you prefer it spicier, you can use the andouille sausage. And we're going to add our bacon. We're going to add our 1 cup of white wine. And we're going to also add our 1 cup of heavy cream. And then we're going to cook this just about 10 more minutes over the medium heat that we have going. And so then when I get this done, I will be right back with you to show you what we're going to do next. Okay, I am back with you, and our etouffee has been simmering now for about 15 minutes after I've added the bacon and the heavy cream and the sausage. So now at this point, we're going to add in our seasonings, and I'm just going to dump those right in and give that a stir. And we're going to add our 4 cups. This is 132 ounce carton, but it equates to 4 cups of chicken stock. Okay, and I'm just going to stir this, kind of keep stirring this, and I'm going to get it mixed together, combined together real smooth. And I'm going to turn my heat back up on it for just a little bit because I want to bring this to a boil. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cover it and simmer it for about 30 minutes. And then we'll show you what we'll do after that. But while I'm waiting for this to come to a boil, I wanted to tell you what kind of inspired me to make this today. And what inspired me to make this today was in 2 weeks, I am leaving with my daughters on an all-girls cruise. We are going to Cozumel and Progreso on a 5-day cruise, and we're leaving out of New Orleans, and we're going to spend a little bit of time in New Orleans just kind of seeing the sights and looking around a little bit. And I thought, well, it reminded me of this recipe. I hadn't made this in a long time, and it kind of reminded me of this recipe, and I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and make that shrimp etouffee and think about going to New Orleans in a couple of weeks with my daughters. I think it's going to be a really fun trip, and I'll be taking some video and some pictures to show y'all when we get back. And so I think it's going to be a fun time. We're even going to do a little ghost hunting at some two, because we're staying at 2 hotels that are notoriously haunted, so that's going to be fun, just for the heck of it. And so I think we'll enjoy it. We're going to have a good time. I haven't really spent time or been with my daughters for a good while, so this is going to be fun. And because they all live 800 and 900 miles away, so I don't get to see them but maybe once a year, maybe twice a year if I'm lucky, or if they get to come down here. But with their work schedules, that's kind of hard. My youngest daughter is a nurse, and my oldest works for the public school system, and my youngest does middle one does animal control. So they don't get a whole lot of time off and ability to travel and come down here. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good trip. We actually have been planning it for about 2 years, but the CDC regulations closed down cruising for a while. So our cruises, we booked it twice, and they were both canceled. So, but this one looks like it's going to be a go. So we're pretty excited about it. Okay, this is starting to pick up and come to a boil, it looks like. So I'm going to leave it alone. I've been stirring it for a little bit, but I'm going to leave it alone just for a little while and let it go ahead. And there it is. It's come to its boil. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat down and let this simmer. I'm going to cover it too, and I'm going to let this simmer for just about 30 minutes. And when it gets done, oops, I went the wrong way. There we go. Yeah. And when it's through doing its simmering and we're ready to come back, I will show you. That's when we're going to add the shrimp in, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. We'll be back soon. Okay, our shrimp etouffee has been simmering for just about 30 minutes, and you can see what that looks like. So at this point, we're going to add in our shrimp. I'm going to go ahead and just pour that shrimp right in, just like that, and give this a little stir. Okay, and we are going to let this cook until the shrimp turns pink, and when that happens, I will be back with you to show you what it looks like. Okay, our shrimp etouffee is done, and here's what it looks like. And this is my husband's plate, and I prefer mine in a bowl. I just eat it that way. I like that better. But I also made some Cheddar Bay biscuits. That is that's a copycat recipe for Red Lobsters. It's really good. Okay, so I'm going to turn my camera. Whoops, there we go. Turn my camera back up here. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the weekend, and I do thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like and subscribe, and I would appreciate that very much. It would really help my channel out a lot. So, and thank you to those who already have subscribed. I really appreciate you, and hope you're enjoying my videos. Okay, well, y'all have a great rest of the weekend, and thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.